All right, so we had a lot of questions today, a lot of smart questions today, and the students tended to really get confused with subtracting integers. So I'm going to kind of go over the study guide for the quiz tomorrow. I did post the answers online on Remind, and we solved them together, but just a quick review. I didn't really have too many issues with finding the absolute value. It's just how many hops to 0, so that's 12. Over here, if the negative is on the outside of the absolute value, then it's a negative. The only time that we change it to a positive is if it's on the inside of the absolute value. So for this, it is negative 8/9. Negative 7 plus negative 17, same signs, add them up. So in addition, we don't change anything. We don't change the problem around. We just solve. We use the integer song, or we use the common signs that we've done in class. So if I want to say same signs, add them up, 17 plus 7 is 24. Take the sign of the bigger digit, negative 17, or the common sign, so it's going to be negative. Different signs, we subtract, so we get a 10. Take the sign of the bigger digit, that's negative. For this problem here, students have to change and get a common denominator. I know it's hard to see on the camera. We have negative 1 1/4 plus negative 2/5. So I have to take my 2/5 and I have to take my 1 1/4. I have to find a common denominator. So my common denominator is going to be 20 because 5 times 4 is 20, and that's the least common multiple. So looking at this, from getting from 4 to 20, I have to multiply by 5. So what I do to the bottom, I do to the top. 1 times 5 is 5. And the 5, to get to 20, I have to multiply by 4. So 5 times 4 is 20. What I do to the denominator, I have to do to the numerator. 2 times 4 is 8. Now, I go back to my problem. It's a simple addition. So I have a negative 1 5/20 plus a negative 2/5. When I change the denominators, now I can just add them up, same signs, negative, negative. So I get 20, the denominator stays the same. 8 plus 5 is 13. And then I have negative 1 plus nothing, so it's negative 1 and 13 over 20. We have two negatives here, so we're just going to add them, same signs. We're going to add them up, so you can just place the numbers just like we would any other simple addition. We have 10, 4 plus 1 plus 1 is 6, and 3 plus 0 is 60. Take the sign of the bigger digit, negative 3/3.42, or use the common sign that gives us negative 3.6 or negative 3.60. The integers from least to greatest. So for here, you have to remember your absolute value is going to be a positive number because that's telling you how many jumps to get to 0. So if I want to go from least to greatest, my negative 4.6 is my smallest number. And then I move on to, now I don't have any more other negatives here, even though that's absolute value, that's always going to be positive. Then 1.27. Keep looking across. I have the absolute value of 2.4, which is 2.4. Keep going across. Then I have 3.5. Or you could, if you want to compare, you can turn it into a decimal, 3.5. And then finally, the absolute value of negative 4.5. Because the negative sign is on the inside of the absolute value, that is telling you how many jumps does it take to get to 0 from negative 4.5 on a number line. All right, this is the one that students had a lot of smart questions today, a lot of smart mistakes, but we had a lot of conversations. Unfortunately, the bell rang. This was a big conversation today, and it was great. It was all good questions, smart questions. So I'm just going to go over it just to explain again if they had any questions at home. And there is a question like this, very similar on the quiz. We're told that negative a equals negative 6. So I'm only placing a I have to put the negative. Then I'm going to replace a with negative 6. Because students wondered, where did I get this from? So I placed my negative, then I replaced a, the variable a, with negative 6. Now it says plus b, and b, we're told, is 7. Minus c, and where c is told negative 4. So we put them in parentheses so that we don't have these two negatives. So I put this in parentheses. Now students wondered, why do two negatives make a positive? When I change, we have to stop and add the opposite when it comes down to subtraction or negatives. Only when you're subtracting or you have negatives like this. So to stop and add the opposite, I'm going to stop and add the opposite. I'm going to add the opposite of a negative. Now their question was, why are two negatives a positive? So in this scenario, if I was in the hole $6 and I owed another 6, if someone had to give it to me to get to another 6, I'm back owing at 0. So that's where they felt that there was a confusion. So on a number line, let's just put this off to the side. On a number line, if I'm at 7 and I owed another 4, now I owe the 11. And that's where all the confusion was. So in this scenario, 6 plus 7 plus 4 equals 17. So I'll explain again. I'll just take, let's say this simple 7 minus a negative 4. You have to stop and add the opposite. Because if I owed 7 and then I owed 4, now I have 11. Okay, so you have to stop and add the opposite. We're going to work some more on subtracting integers the following week, but they have to know the rule. They have to know that they're going to stop and add the opposite only in subtracting integers. I sent homework home yesterday, and I noticed that, a lot of students didn't show work or they just had answers. I'm allowing to have them bring it back tomorrow for full credits. It's not a problem. So we talked about it today. We worked through the problems. We did some more examples, and they understand it now. For this problem, it's telling you that at midnight, the temperature is 18 degrees Fahrenheit. So the simplest way to kind of solve these number story problems is start to write them out. So it starts at 18 degrees Fahrenheit at midnight. The temperature decreases 4. So we're going to subtract 4 each hour until 2 a.m. So from midnight to 2 a.m. is 2 hours. So those need to be multiplied. Then the temperature increases, so it goes up 7 degrees each hour until 9 a.m. Well, from 2 a.m. to 9 a.m. is 7 hours. So if it's going up 7 degrees for the next 7 hours, that's 7 times 7. What is the temperature at 9 a.m.? So this becomes kind of like just a simple order of operations. 4 times 2 is 8. So I'm going to bring everything else down. Plus 7 times 7 is 49. Okay, now I'm going to subtract 18 minus 8 is 10, plus the 49. So at 9 a.m. it was 59 degrees. There's a lot of different ways that they could have solved this. They could have said, well, we started at 18 degrees, and then the temperature decreased by 4, so I can subtract 18 from 4 and say now it's 14, and then, and just keep moving on. But I suggest to write it like order of operations. The following problem right here is a fraction. So if it's negative 1 5/8 plus what equals 1? Well, the easiest way to do this is to say, well, I can get to 0 if I add 1 5/8, that gets me at 0. And I want to get to 1 plus 1,